Right here. If you said you had the map, it's got to get out of the way.
He's coming. Last chance to stop before off-ramp. What does that mean?
Take this exit.
No.
Slow down.
Welcome to Off-Ramp.
I dreamed I was looking out over a cliff over the ocean. I dreamed that I could see across the sea. It was misty, there was fog. Little boats dotted the inlet. I could see across the sea. And I walked closer and closer to the edge so I could see more and more of the bay beneath me. But where the harbor should have been, there was nothing but rocks. Waves crashing on the rocks, and boats in the waves, and people on the boats. People waving on the boats. Boats, the waves, and the people and the rocks were crashing together. But it was a beautiful day, and no one on the rocky shore seemed unusually concerned about this. It seemed to be just another day to them, but I could see. I was far above them on the cliff. I could look down. I must have been 300 feet up. My diaphanous nightgown blowing out behind me. I suddenly felt embarrassed that I wasn't wearing an overcoat. I scrambled down the rocks, picking and choosing the rocks that seemed more firmly entrenched into the cliff. As I went down, hand over hand, hand over fist, fist over fist, foot after foot. Crawled my way down, and suddenly I wasn't wearing my diaphanous gown. I was wearing an overcoat. About halfway down, I realized that the view had changed, and I was no longer looking at the bay and the waves and the rocks and the boats. I was late for work. I didn't remember what my job was, but I knew that I was late.
Move to the back, please. Move to the back.
I got in the bus and I moved to the back. Everyone looked at me. They looked at me. I'm sure I was supposed to be in an English class, but I couldn't remember exactly where that was going to be, and all of a sudden the halls were full, and my locker, which one is my locker? This is my locker. What's my combination? Oh, my locker's open. Oh, it's full of bees. Bees in my locker, and the bees are flying out of little ventilation slits. They're flying around. They're bees. They're everywhere. They're not biting me, but people are running. They're not bees. They're tiny peanut candies. The little peanut candies are they're falling to the ground. Then I'm going to be blamed for it. I know I have to go to class. I've got to go to English or Spanish or German or mathematics or physical science or phys ed.
Son, did you drop these?
And I ran and I ran and I ran, and there I was. I'd made it outside, and I was at the base of a big, tall, immense, mist-shrouded cliff. And I looked up, and at the very, very top, silhouetted against a bright blue sky, wheeling seabirds, the mist being blown away, silhouetted against that cliff, was a man in a diaphanous gown. Wait a minute, that's no man.
Whoa! Hey, y'all need to move out. This whole area is going to flood any minute.
I ain't moving.
You got to move. Boy, don't you see you're going to be flooded?
I ain't going.
I mean flooded.
I don't care.
You got to go.
I ain't.
Listen, I ain't got time to argue with you. You're going to have to leave this place.
You're going to have to carry me because I'm sitting right here.
Well, why won't you leave this place?
We're in the middle of a game. I don't know if you saw.
Checkers?
Yeah.
Well,
I'm winning.
yeah, I can see that.
We're playing to see who gets to dig up Granddad.
Well,
We're not leaving him here into the damn lake.
the lake is going to be here any minute.
Well, one of us is going to dig him up, and we get all the gold fillings out of his teeth. The other one gets nothing.
That's why we're playing.
And this is the rematch.
Yep.
Well, you've
We
only
played
got
3
5
times.
minutes before the water comes down here.
Well, we're up to the best 79 out of 80.
Well, get to moving.
Well, we got the shovels out of the shed just to try to speed things up.
Yep.
Well, when are you going to know who's going to dig up your grandpa?
When it's the best 79 out of 80.
Well, how far are you in that series?
Game 43.
Every time we get close, we got to start. We got to win the 79 in a row.
Well, don't let me stop you. You got 5 minutes till the floodwaters come in.
That's our granddad, too. You know,
Stakes are
he was
high.
the granddad to both of us, not just to one.
Imagine that coincidence.
We're both grandsons of this man. He's right up there. Mm-hmm. You see the stone.
They misspelled his name. There's 2 R's. I don't know. I raised a fuss, but they didn't do anything about it.
Yeah, well, it would have been something if it was store-bought, but neither one of us can spell worth a damn.
Oh.
Yeah, I never could.
Well, listen, this isn't my pressure, boys. I understand you got something important going on here, but you really have to understand that flood water's going to come in and you are going to be under 35 feet of water. If you don't hurry up, all I got to say is you got 5 minutes before the flood water started rising.
You know, we could just split it up.
I don't know.
I want the uppers.
You want the... well...
I want the uppers.
Well, we can do a count. I don't know.
You want to help us dig, mister?
Well, if you get it done in about 2 minutes...
All right, then.
Do you have any water wings? I'm just thinking if it comes in before we're through.
We could tie him on to Grandpa.
We could. He'd just float right on
We'd
up.
float the whole damn... Did we put him in that pine box, or we decided we needed that for the stove?
He's either in the pine box or he's in that cooler we found out by the general store.
That cooler?
Yeah.
That thing's gonna be heavy. We better leave that.
Okay, boys, I got some swim flugels for you. You put them on your arms and you can dig until the water gets up and you'll just float right up.
I'm not about to put that on my arm.
Put on the swim flugel.
Don't you have any that are blue?
Yes, I've got blue ones here. You put on the red ones.
Well,
Look pink to me.
They're red.
That's a little faded red. A little. What about the ruffles on them?
I'll do it for the fillings, but I'm not happy about it. I'll tell you that.
You look adorable.
Or we got a job to do now.
All right, let's go.
I'd like a refund, please.
Do you have a complaint?
I have too many complaints to mention. I just want a refund. And just give my money back, please.
You're unhappy with the merchandise?
You could say that, yes. If I were not unhappy with the merchandise, would I be here asking for a refund?
We get all kinds in here.
I don't know what kinds you get. I don't know what kind you don't. All I know is I want a refund.
All kinds. We got all kinds.
You said that.
Look, if it's the wrong size or the wrong color, even the wrong shape, we can change that.
It's not a question of fashion. I want a refund.
Well, that's going to be difficult.
It says on the receipt here, money back, guarantee. What's difficult about that?
See the date on there?
Yeah.
That's guarantee money back. All right, to use your terminology, money back guarantee for 24 hours. 24-hour money back guarantee. And then furthermore, we don't give more than $24 back. $24 is the maximum refund.
Look, I know this is a bit late. I bought this 3 years ago.
Mr. Quisling, is there a problem?
He's trying to get a refund on something he's been using for 3 years.
I see.
I haven't been using it per se.
I don't care who's been using it or
Well,
who this...
let me see the receipt. Well, this is more than $24.
Yes.
And I don't know if you've seen the sign behind Mr. Quisling, but the sign quite clearly states that we don't give any more than $24 any more than 24 hours after the initial purchase of the item. I would suggest that you consider another approach. And perhaps Mr. Quisling...
I told
there's
him
no
24,
reason to
24.
get upset, Mr. Quisling. Remember,
He is.
remember the decorum.
Oh, yes, the decorum.
Look, I don't care about decorating. I told you it's not the color. I want my money back.
I can appreciate that you want your money back. And I can appreciate if this thing you bought is not to your liking. You brought your receipt, that's very good. Mr. Quisling, he brought his receipt, that's very good, isn't it? But as you can see,
Yes.
the sign behind Mr. Quisling quite clearly states,
I saw the sign.
I think, indeed, that 3 years is more than 24 hours.
Exactly.
It has not been used for 24 hours.
Well,
In
I'm
those
with you.
3 years, I probably only used it for 17 hours.
Let's have a look at it.
Sporadically, you know.
It's out of the box.
It's out of the box, Mr. Quisling.
I have a box. It's not the original box.
See.
I have a box. It's well wrapped. You can sell it in this box. It's a nice box.
I believe that this is a situation,
It's a
Mr.
better
Quisling,
box than the one it
that-
came in, frankly.
that Mr. Johnson should be summoned. Could you go get Mr. Johnson? I think he
I'd
might
be happy to
Yes.
take it.
Now, did you bring the item with you?
It's in the box. Here.
Excuse me, there's a
Mr.
problem. Yeah,
Mr. Johnson, I don't know if Mr. Quisling explained. This gentleman has brought back this item that he is unhappy with.
Yes,
he would like a
well,
refund.
This is the department for that, isn't it?
Yes, sir. Indeed,
Good.
it
Good.
is. I have the receipt. If you take a look at, you will notice. I'm sure that.
So, it's more than 24 hours.
Yes.
And it's more than $24. This is you called me down here for this?
Well, the gentleman is quite insistent, and I.
What,
I
a
want
gentleman?
my
You call
money
him a
back.
gentleman? A gentleman would have read this and not even bothered us. Take this box
Told you.
out of our establishment.
Told you. That's not even the real box, Mr. Johnson.
It's a better...
Let's
Look,
look
it's,
at
it's not the
this.
same box, but it's a better box.
He has got some...
It's soiled.
You, sir.
If you'd like to shop around and find something for $24, we'd be happy to sell it to you.
Remember, E-flat minor looks like gray shade number 13.
Oh.
F-sharp minor is gray shade number 27.
I must be reading this upside down.
If you get confused, just remember, if it's minor, it's gotta be gray.
I've got to learn this before next week.
Let's play side one more time.
That girl I've got that date with thinks I'm a guitar virtuoso.
Solid black means perfect fourth.
What is he talking about? My fingers won't... That's it. No one's fingers can go in that position. It must be... Every guitar player on earth must be a contortionist. I'll never make it. I know I have some sort of ability in this direction. Maybe it's just thinking about it and dreaming about it like I do in the afternoons when I leave the office and tell them I've got another dentist appointment. But just ride around on the bus instead.
When in doubt, try a B-flat diminished.
I hear music everywhere I go. It's as if it's playing in my mind so loud that everyone can hear it. I can't understand why when I look in all of their faces, they don't seem to know what I mean.
guess I'll... just keep practicing, though.
Please turn the record over.
Before I grew this cloth beard, I used to wear a metal beard. My father had a wooden beard, and his father before him had a beard made out of odor. He had an odor beard.
He was well known for that, as I recall.
You couldn't see it, but if you got within maybe like a few paces of him, you could say, there's old man Crotchet. He's got an odor beard on today, don't he?
Of course, his wife had a full suit of odor.
Yeah, she did. She had
wore it everywhere she went.
Full suit of odor. That's where Granddad got his odor beard. He'd been arrested for cattle prodding. He was arrested for cattle prodding, and that was a hanging offense. Mm. And so he found that the only way he was going to make it through the hanging and come out the other side with anything left
to
hang was to develop him an odor beard.
Mm.
Oh, yeah. Of course, I come from a county where the men are partial to burlap beards.
Well, I've heard of that, too. It wasn't always that way, though.
No, you're right. They had, back when cotton was king, of course, they had the white cotton beards.
Yes, they did.
Those were not as durable as the burlap.
They were also a little more flammable, I believe.
You see that nowadays sometimes in, you know how traditions live on, where you go to like little kid plays and things, you see the cotton ball beards. They just, you ask them, though, they don't know where it comes from. They don't even know.
Well, that's just a poor modern representation.
I'm
telling you, if you haven't seen the actual cotton bowl up there.
Oh, a man with a full cotton beard is something to behold.
Tell you what, though, you want to dye it before you put it on.
Weevils and all.
Yeah.
I don't know if I mentioned, but my grandmother used to have she had odor breeches.
Did she?
Yes, she did. And she'd wear them to church until they told her not to. And
well, there's trick there.
I cannot belong to a church where they're telling the congregation what to wear and what not to wear.
You know,
I cannot go there.
I never thought of it till just now, but he commenced to wearing that odor beard about the same time that she got them fancy odor breeches.
I think he was just a rebel.
I'm thinking that he was I'm thinking that too.
You know, he is. He just has not been given. He's been given short shrift around these parts.
That's right.
You know,
I want to rectify that.
Brief shrift.
I would never have accused them of this kind of thing without us having this kind of little chat that like we're having now. But and I don't mean no offense by what I'm about to say. But
we're talking tete-a-tete. You just say what you need to say.
I would say that maybe
when he was a young man, he told me his nickname was Whistle Britches. And I always wondered what that meant.
Was that like a feat he could do, like talent?
No, that's just as common as could be. I can't believe he'd tell you a story like that.
Well, I don't know if that was something he did on purpose or something that just...
Well, I can tell you one thing. It's a direct descendant of his odor apparatus later on. You start that young, what do you think you're going to be able to do?
I'd like to hear a little bit more about these burlap beards.
Well, you know, they do have to be shaved every couple of months. You get that. You've seen that kind of off the burl they call it, where it comes that kind of scratchy and long.
Mm-hmm.
That was sure in fashion for a while.
Fibrous type.
That was a thing.
Burlap's word on it.
Yeah.
You have to be careful how you are going to shave it though, because if you shave it too close, of course you'll cut clean through it. You slice it open, and then the rain will get. You may as well not even have the damn beard.
Right. Yes.
When I was a boy, we used to make bread beards.
You know,
and you had to shave them too once the mold set to growing.
I can recall that.
Yeah.
You're pushing me in the mud. I think you need to wheel me back out onto the hard road.
You want to be in the sunshine once again now?
I could absorb a little bit of sunshine and get my vitamins, and this is nice.
His hat's on crooked.
You do.
No,
let me just straighten that out for you.
That's my head. Get your hand off my hat.
Now you stop being ordering.
Look, you made my beard fall off.
Now, if you want me to, I can talk to the man. We can probably get you on the tilt-a-whirl. You know, we'll have to hold it for a little while. Get you know.
I like the tilt-a-whirl. I like the what's that one that has the animals you get in and goes around and around.
It's the zoo.
Yeah, the zoo. I like
Petting
the zoo.
I think they call it.
I like the petting zoo.
Yeah, we could try to put you on that thing that spins around a little fast and you're stuck to the side. See if that does with your chair.
Listen, I'm not going to be responsible for that.
You're not responsible for much, is what everybody tells me.
What about my beard?
It's on straight.
All right, then.
But his hat's crooked, I'm telling you. Look at it.
Well, either his beard's crooked or his hat's crooked. Which is it?
It's Askance.
I'll tell you.
Oh, look, he's...
I'm a billy goat.
I hate it when he gets like this. You know?
Did
Now,
that...
if I was here taking care of him, this wouldn't happen. I'm just telling you.
You come on back here now and put on this big show. You're not fooling nobody. You go on any way you want, but
No.
he enjoys this.
I offered. You know, you can't say I didn't offer.
I'm a billy goat.
A lot of those nurses just think this is hilarious.
Nurses. You're the one that wanted to.
All right, I'm not a billy goat anymore.
If he was living at home, this wouldn't happen.
If he was living at home, he wouldn't be here by now. And you know what I'm talking about.
That's right, because I would have busted out and I would have gone fishing.
We shouldn't be out this late, you know. I know you love the fireflies and everything now, Dad, but...
I love the fireflies.
Company is what he needs. Somebody his own age. Is Ethel still around?
She passed on.
Ethel.
Never did like her.
What a lady. Never did like her.
Well, who did like her? Why even bringing her up? She owes me money. I'm never getting it now. I went down to the bank and told them. They said they couldn't intervene. I don't understand that for a minute.
Well, that's her cousin.
Intervene means get in the way of something.
It means stick a needle in your arm.
Stick a needle in your own arm.
Now, I see what you did.
Ethel.
He was calm. He was fine until you come on down here and start stirring up the pot.
Wasn't I a billy goat?
Yes, sir.
Wasn't I just?
Yes, sir. And your beard was just wonderful looking.
Where is my beard?
It's down right here. Here it is. Hand him the damn beard.
Here's your beard. Now, just hold on straight.
Everything's all right, boys.
Tell him that's not the goat beard, or we're going to get it all again.
This is just the.
That's the regular beard.
It's the regular wool beard there. It's not
the
goat.
cloth beard. That's not the wool beard.
Cloth wool. I just can't keep track of it.
You're sure this isn't the goat beard?
It's not the goat beard. Now.
Go on and tell us about the beginning of the Odor beard one more time. Maybe
Well,
get him back on that track.
Odor beard. My grandpa had an odor beard.
That's right.
He had an odor beard because he had been elected governor and they wanted to hang him. No. He was elected horse thief and they wanted to make him governor, and he decided the only way that he might escape this fate would be to grow an odor beard so that he could slip out of office. Yep. Now, he had that, put me back out in the sunlight. He had an odor beard for 25 years after that. In fact, he'd forget he had it on, and he'd go to greet somebody at the door, and, well, he'd open the door, and there'd be nobody there, because an odor beard is bigger than a regular beard. You can imagine that, can't you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, that's right. Of course, you know that an odor beard will extend 3 or 4 feet from a body on either direction.
Is that a fact?
Yes, it is. I'm feeling pretty good now. Let's go to that tilt-a-whirl. I tell you about your uncle and he wore that cotton ball eye ever since the accident.
It looks so natural.
You can take a cotton ball eye and you can dip it in mercurochrome or iodide or soy sauce, anything.
Yes, sir.
Now take me to the tilt-a-whirl and buy me one of them burlap apples.
I'll just be shooting bunnies here. You just yell when you're done.
Baby's got a lampshade on her head. She's gone down to the party.
That's right, to the party.
Baby's got a lampshade on her head again. She gone down to the party.
It's an electrical party.
She put on that pink dress, I always called it shocking. She put on them high heel shoes, baby gone out of rocking. Baby got a lampshade on her head. She ain't coming home too soon.
put a truck in four-wheel drive and rode all around my yard. Baby put a truck in four-wheel drive and drove all around my front yard. You know the police didn't like it. If it was England, they'd call in Scotland Yard.
This show was improvised by Gary Bass, Matthew Cowley, and Dave Waterman, and edited by Sheila Daughtry.
Baby, put down that thing. 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 Put down that thing. No, it's too sharp, baby. Baby, put down that thing.